Round 1. Red light, green light. Once Gi-hun and the other Squid Game contestants make it to the island, they start the games off with perhaps the most brutal one of all, red light, green light. This Squid Game's origins come from a beloved playground game. Red light, green light is known by many names, including statues, grandmother's footsteps, and, in Korea, Mugunghwa Kochi Pyoziamida. That name is also the song sung by the creepy killer doll in Squid Game, which roughly translates to the Mugunghwa flower has bloomed. Symbolically, red light, green light makes a lot of sense as the first of Squid Game's games, as it shows the contestants in a truly traumatic fashion that if they step out of line even a little bit, they will die. It reinforces the theme of control that pervades the game, and it's a sickeningly perfect game to whittle down the playing field as more than half of the Squid Game players are killed before the first round ends. Round 2, Dalgona. The second of Squid Game's games see the contestants play in a competition involving popki, also called Dalgona, Squid Game's sugary, honeycomb toffee candy that was once a popular Korean street food. The Squid Game's origins come from a deal involving the popki. Traditionally, if the person buying the Dalgona managed to eat around the shape in the middle without breaking it, they would receive a second, free candy. That's the challenge given to the players in Squid Game, but the reward for successful eating is survival, and the punishment for failure is death. The terrifying delicacy and fragility of the game are well reflective of the Squid Game players' state of mind at the time, after seeing so many be killed during red light, green light. They, like the candy, hang delicately in the balance, with even the slightest mistake meaning their destruction. Round 3, Tug of War. In Squid Game Round 3, the competition becomes team-based in a deadly game of tug of war. This Squid Game's origins hold deep cultural significance in Korea, where variations of tug of war have been played in festivals and community celebrations for many years, especially in agricultural areas. Called Jul Darajai in Korea, tug of war type games are often played between the east and west sides of villages, with the winners supposedly earning a superior harvest that season. The winners of this Squid Game obviously earn a different sort of good fortune. Thematically, the tug of war round begins a turn in Squid Game, making the competition directly between the players, rather than between the players and the organization. That shift sets up the factionalism and backstabbing that pervade the later episodes of the show. Round 4, Marbles. Round 4 is marbles, which different players choose to play in different ways. Contestants match up in pairs, like Gi-hun and the old man Il-nam, and one must win all of the other players' marbles before the time given expires. The contestant without any marbles at the end of the game dies. This Squid Game's origins are some of the most ancient and long-standing in known history, dating back thousands of years to ancient civilizations like the Roman Empire. As shown in Squid Game Episode 6, marbles can be played in a wide variety of different ways. In the show, the Squid Game is primarily used as an opportunity to slow down the frantic pace of the action and give the characters a chance to really talk and develop in a high-pressure situation. It also forces the remaining players to take part in the violence of the games by effectively choosing for themselves which Squid Game contestants will die and which ones will live. Round 5, the Glass Tile Game. The only game of Squid Game Season 1 that doesn't explicitly have real-world origins is Round 5, which sees the contestants making their way across a treacherous path of glass platforms, some of which will hold their weight and some of which will shatter. Still, the Squid Game is inspired by hopscotch and other similar hopping games, and this Squid Game's origins date back centuries to ancient India and Rome. In the show, the game is used to represent how severely the competition is rigged against the players, as the Squid Game frontman quickly turns out the lights when he sees one contestant can tell the difference between tempered and untampered glass. Final round, Squid Game. The series gets its title from the final Squid Game, in which Gi-hun and Sang-woo battle for the ultimate prize. The Squid Game's origins are similar to tag, but with more complicated rules. There are two teams, the offense, who must ultimately reach a specified space at the end of the playing field, and the defense, whose job is to stop that from happening. The game was very popular in Korea in the 1970s and 1980s, when many of the main Squid Game cast of characters would have been children.